Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Weather with Jonathan here, and I'm back with another upload. There's a lot to talk about. We've got this upcoming massive train of storms that's going to potentially lead to a snowstorm and severe weather. I've got all of this in your forecast. So, starting off with the temperatures, eventually these are going to warm up towards the end of February, starting to rise. And at one point, we could see temperatures in Texas easily up to about 90 degrees at one point. You can see, I'm pretty sure it is the next warm up, but you can see we have got large temperatures in Texas being very dry. So I think this could lead to a possible fire risk, but this is a lot of many hours out. So start next I've got the NWS Hazards for you. And as you can see, there's definitely a lot. I mean, well, it's mostly gonna be like there's not really a lot. We just got these high wind warnings up here and wind advisories down here. We do have a batch of winter weather advisories for Oklahoma, and then some winter storm watches for mainly the Smokies. This is mainly driven by very heavy snow. And then we also have some flood watches down here because of the potential for severe weather. And I'm gonna get to that right now. So, if we take a look at our models here, so look at this, guys. Okay, so you see this storm right here. That's gonna cause some severe weather. I'll go over the outlook. So today we've got a tiny little marginal risk for down here in Florida. And then the slight risk tomorrow does extend in from northern Florida to the Panhandle. That is driven by a 5% tornado risk and a 15% wind risk. No hail risk, which means we're likely going to have more of supercells with embedded tornado chances, likely. And then actually, and like I was saying, there will be some transit storms, and that's leading to day 6 and day 7 slight risk. This may get upgraded in like future, possibly even tomorrow, but I do not think so in terms of severe weather because the Cape does not align with any of this. But I'll talk about that in just a minute. So this storm is going to be causing a bunch of snow and ice. Now listen, if this is what an East Coast storm would end up looking like, but not enough cold air. But then we do have a little system up here in Canada, but this is the storm of Valentine's Day that I'm concerned about. Look at this. Now we do not really have a potential for severe weather, but a big snow up here in the north, and then this is the storm that I'm like really concerned about. So you can see that we have that severe weather potential down in the south. That's going to shift up a little more north into central Arkansas, and then that snow develops on the backside over Nebraska and northeast western Kansas. We do have a potential for ice extending from Kansas City all the way back to Green Bay to the UP of Michigan. Now this, I think, will definitely result in some heavy snow or large/heavy snow totals. And then we actually do have a secondary low pressure system that develops. But by the way, once this system enters Canada, this is going to be strong, a 975 millibar low pressure system, which is definitely going to be very strong. And as you can see, it drops from 997 all the way down to 979. So that is a lot. That's about 18. So yeah, so these will lead to some severe weather. As far out as I can go is the day before another severe weather event that I was that the models were showing, but I can show you that on the dew points and cape and wind shear and stuff like that. So if I take this out in the models, you can see that okay, so you can see that in terms of severe weather, it's looking pretty decent for Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, southeastern Oklahoma, and that is why we do have that slight risk over central Arkansas, northern Louisiana. Now, listen, if this cape was aligned with the storm, this would be a historic event if the cape was aligned with the storm. Now, luckily, it is not. So and trust me, if this gets aligned with that storm by later models today, by tomorrow, this would either be an enhanced risk or a moderate risk. We've got cape values up to 2,500. You know how strong that is? The recent moderate risk we had on December 14th, 2020 or 2022, that day that had cape values 1,000 to 2,000. So imagine what this would be like. That would be like a high risk. Now we're very lucky this is not aligned with the storm. This is when it starts aligning with the storm. So cape values up to about 1,000. So luckily it's not going to be as strong. But we do that actually have a severe weather potential because the dew points are actually going to extend up into Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, and Kentucky. I think that's where we could see another round of severe thunderstorms, maybe a marginal risk of severe weather. But yeah. After the storm moves along, this is what I was showing you guys. And trust me, if this cape was aligned, this would be another historic event. But luckily, I don't think it is. I mean, it could, but this one's looking a little more concerning. I'll show you guys our dew points in just a minute, but you can see what I was talking about with the storm. I mean, dew points, yeah, they're gonna rise. You could see dew points in southern Alabama, like Mobile. You could see dew points up to 71. Now, I need to take a look at that storm before because I was telling you guys about that. But also, there is a storm before that looks like a more higher severe weather potential now. But this is the dew points for that first storm I showed you. Very broad line of warm air and cold air down here in Louisiana, and this is gonna bring back a ton of cold air. But guess what? You know what happens? Wind shifts, and guess what? That moisture breaks out that cold air, and that would lead to a very cold pattern before that. And guess what? All these storms gonna lead to some snow, and actually one of those snowstorms is gonna be very recently, if I am correct. Look at this. So we take a look at our total snow. Watch this. You can see this snowstorm. This is the storm I was talking about. And with severe weather, watch how much snow it dumps. Holy cow, it dumps a ton. Places like St. Paul, you guys can see isolated areas up to 3 feet west of that. Now, this is until February 26th. West Coast, you guys all along the West Coast could be seeing some snow. Especially in places like Western Oregon and Western Washington, you guys will be seeing a ton of snow. And especially also in Idaho and Montana and Wyoming. But guess what? We've got a massive snow potential for extreme northern Wisconsin, extreme eastern Minnesota and the northwestern UP of Michigan. The ice totals from these storms, these are not gonna really be very high at all. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I am sorry about the audio. I will take care of this. I'll get this taken care of tomorrow because I'm gonna get a mic. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing and liking the video. Bye.